Good evening. Campaigning in the Irish general election has been in full flow for the last couple of weeks. Candidates have been trawling the nation's streets in the quest to amass enough votes to take their places in the next Parliament. With this in mind, RAT and the ITCCS invited all the prospective candidates in the Cork electoral area to come to the latest vigil in Dawn Square and show their support in the fight for justice for the North Cork 10. We sent our religious affairs correspondent, Gerry to report on the day's events.
Well, Dave, we're here at Dawn Square in Cork City now today, and we've invited all of the candidates in the general election from Cork County to turn up here today and, tell us what they know about the North Cork 10 and how they might support them. Nobody has arrived yet. It's 1:30 now.
We invited all the politicians.
Yeah, they're coming up there now in a minute.
They'll be coming up in a minute, and we weren't expecting them, but but we're on that case, and we'll be after them, because this is not going away. We have the election coming up now, and I haven't heard one politician yet mention the abuse. Fucking really would,
Support the North Cork 10.
Now you're only jealous, you know what's wrong with you? You're only jealous because Charlie was a dog.
Bring Bishop John McGee to justice. Support the women who invited us from New York.
Take it easy. Will you ever tell you the story about Charlie?
Justice for the North Cork 10. Justice for the North Cork 10. They're trying to read the post today.
Bring Bishop John McGee to justice. Support the North Cork 10. Bring Bishop John McGee to justice.
Bring Bishop John McGee to justice. Bring Bishop McGee to justice. Support the North Cork 10. What time is it now, Kevin? 3:30? 20 to 4 now, and there's no sign of any politician yet. I presume they're not coming at this stage, so we're going to have to email them again and ask them to maybe do a telephone interview with us. Fingers crossed they might do that. At least one or two of them might show a bit of support for these women.
I don't think there's any point in asking to do an interview on the phone.
No?
I think we should just name and shame every one of them. Because they knew we were there.
Yeah, well, they were all emailed anyway.
They're not interested. They're only interested in the loan.
Sadly, not one of the invited candidates showed up at the vigil. I'm joined now by Gerry at the seat of the Diocese of Clyne. So Gerry, there was no show from the candidates.
No, Dave. All candidates in the county electoral area were emailed with this email. They did have 2 apologies from an independent, Miss Claire Cullinan, and from a member of ULA, Mr. McBarry.
So Gerry, despite the disappointment of the candidates not showing up, what was the reaction from the people on the street?
Well, Dave, I did attempt to interview members of the public. Now, they were very forthcoming. Now, while they didn't want to appear on camera, I asked some of them if they would mind if I could use their quotes. I wrote down their quotes. I'd have to learn shorthand for this game, I think, Dave. So if you like, I can give you some of the quotes, Dave.
Oh yes, please do, Gerry.
Alright. A lady from Blarney said simply, the church has an awful lot to answer for. Now, a lady from Dunmanway, West Cork, said that the church is dying from all the cover-up and lies from the bishops.
That actually seems to be a very common comment coming from the members of the public.
Indeed it is, Dave. It's all over the press as well. A man from Mallow, who knows Father B, said that the DPP is a disgrace for not prosecuting this defrocked priest. A lady of 65 years from Mayfield just laughed when she found out that the candidates for the election were invited along, and she said, the cute whores are only in it for themselves. They don't care about victims of abuse. You know, well, yeah, I can see that one, alright. Now this is a very interesting quote here. This is from a man from the city, and he kind of harped back to about 20 years ago, Dave, in Ireland, when he said, you know, he told kind of a harrowing tale about how on her deathbed his mother of 85 years confessed to being abused by a priest when she was a child, but could not say it to anybody back then for fear of being branded insane. Imagine that. Now, when she got married, she still couldn't say it because of her children. She had to protect them. Isn't that appalling?
Oh my God, Gerry. So what happens next?
Well, Dave, people on the street they're well aware of the injustices now at this stage of the church and the state, and a lot of them are wondering, when is something going to happen? When are people going to be brought to court? And the next thing to actually happen is there's going to be another vigil next weekend, as far as I know. I have a statement from the ITCCS and RAT if you'd like to hear that.
Oh yes, Gerry, I'd love to hear that.
Let's find that one. Right, here we are. Right, this is a statement from the ITCCS and RAT. While we acknowledge that candidates are busy on the campaign trail, and because of this, RAT and the ITCCS are inviting all the candidates to make a statement by email, and if any of them want to talk to us, RAT and the ITCCS, we will be continuing the vigil outside Penny's on Patrick Street this coming Saturday between 1 and 4 p.m.
Well, Gerry, we await with great interest to see what happens.
It is going to be interesting, Dave, with an election coming up, to see how many of these candidates will come forward on it, to see if there's any support for these women. That's it from Cork, Dave.
Gerry, thanks for that. So there you have it. It seems that clerical abuse is not high on the agendas of the prospective candidates from the main political parties campaigning in the Irish general election. That has been our world today. Until the next time, good night.
Support the Cork